last class, last class we were discussing how Hanuman Chalisa is actually structured, where he starts with two dohas. Dohas are basically poetic verses, and after that it is Chalis Chaupatis, we call it. Chalis means 40 shlokas. Why 40? Because Akbar, the king, actually puts Tulasidas into jail, and on the 40th day night, basically in Fatehpur Sikri, which is in Delhi, on that 40th day evening, he sings this. And for 40 days, he is actually singing the 40 chaupatis. And that's the reason why it is called Chalisa. I told why he put him on in jail. All those things we have already discussed, basically. Yeah. And the first eight chaupatis we discussed as well. Is that right? We also spoke about the first two dohas and the eight chapatis. So we will start the next eight. Probably we'll try and do the 10 if possible today. And we'll finish off. And I'll try and Krishna has come to sing the eight chapatis now. But the condition that boys actually have is there should be some action stories. So I need to do an action story. So we'll do that as well. Otherwise, he will say, I won't sing. So, Krishna, can you sing the next eight chaupatis, please? I think it starts with
Yeah.
Sukshma Rupadari. Yeah.
Could you just give me like 1 minute? Sorry.
Yes, that's perfectly fine. Can I tell the action story in the meanwhile, Krishna? Or should I wait?
Yeah, I'll sing. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज संवारे लाय संजीवन लखन जियाए श्री Sorry, I sang it wrong.
It's okay.
भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे लाय संजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हरषि उर लाए रघुपति के बहुत बड़ाए तुम मम प्रिय भरत सम भागे सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीषा नारद शारद सहित अहीशा जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाँ ते कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की.
Brilliant. So that's the next eight chaupatis that we'll do today. I'm sure most all of you know this, and you also know you will have translation right in front of you in the computer. So my job is to actually add a little bit to that particular translation, right? So let's do with this. So let me do the action story first. So Bhima Sukshma Rupa, Vikata Rupa, Bhima Rupa. He's talking about three forms. So he came as Sukshma Rupa and he spoke to Sita. He met Sita and he spoke to Sita. Vikata Rupa, he came and he spread fire in Lanka, all over Lanka. And then Bhima Rupa, he came and he terrorized everybody. So, and all that he did for what? Then he says, it is to make sure that Rama's work is done. It was not done just like that for anything, for his personal work. Instead, basically, he took all these three forms. He did a lot of different things. And the reason why he did it is because Ramachandra ke kaja savare. So to complete Rama's task, he took all these three forms. So Sukshma Rupa, we will deal with that a little bit in detail, if you don't mind, if I can take around 7 to 8 minutes on that. But let's actually finish the Bhima Rupa first. So Bhima Rupa, why? So what happens normally when an avatar comes, and if the avatar is a Purna avatar, then I've told you this before, where the avatar will not come alone if it's a Purna avatar. He will come with the entire entourage of people. Okay. The remaining people basically will all come, and they will be as Amsha avatars, like partial avatars of that people. So in this scenario, Rama comes. Then Hanuman, basically, I was telling, has the Rudra element, the Shiva element in him. So we call him Shiva's son. Then he also has the power of Vayu, the wind god. Okay, so we say Vayuputra, I was talking. And he is also, the biological father is Kesari, who's a monkey. So we call him Kesari Nandana. So we call him with all the three, plus of course Anjana's son, Anjaneya. Right? So that we discussed. So Vayuputra in Rama Avatara is the one with Vayu's strength is Hanuman. Vayuputra in Krishna Avatara is Bhima. Okay, so here he's doing a link, a tie-in where Tulasidas actually brings in this. And if you see Valmiki, if you read his particular thing, every time when, even in Yuddha Kanda, when he is talking about a character, he will immediately do an upamanam. Upamanam means an analogy of that person's original avatar. So Nala and Neela. Nala and Neela are the architects who did the Ram Setu bridge. Okay, in that, Nala is basically only Vishwakarma. Vishwakarma is the main architect. Okay, so he will actually bring in a shloka to say, oh, he did this particular thing like Vishwakarma did in for the Indra's palace. So which basically means Nala is Vishwakarma's Amsha. He is doing this. Nila. Nila is actually a form of Indra. Okay, and he's a great warrior, and he's one of the commanders in this particular Yuddha Kandam of Rama's army. So he fights, and he is actually a real good fighter. And every time Valmiki writes, he will say he's as good as Indra. How, oh, he kicked like Indra kicked this person. So the analogies that he will bring, so that you will keep relating Nila to Indra all the time. In the same way here, Tulasidas does two or three things in one go. One, he is saying, okay, Hanuman and in the next avatar, in Krishna avatar, this person called Bhima is also going to be linked. Okay, because there is a story of Hanuman meeting Bhima, right? Where Hanuman is seated and Bhima actually is going to, Bhima comes in the path and his tail will be there. Then Bhima says, can you move your tail? Hanuman says, I'm an old monkey, I can't move my tail on my own. If you want, you can lift and keep it and go. Bhima thinks it's a challenge and he tries to lift it with one hand and he is not able to lift it. Then he tries to lift it with two hands, he is not able to. Then he understands it's not a normal monkey, it's somebody else. So both the Vayuputras meet. That also happens basically in the Krishna avatar. So one aspect why Tulasidas uses the word Bhima is because of that. Second aspect is Bhima means huge, big, and Bhima means powerful. So Krishna's story there, basically, that I wanted to say was there is Ravana had a out of his wives, one particular wife was very special. Her name is Dhanya Malini because she had Dhanya, special blessings of Lalita Tripura Sundari. So Lalita Tripura Sundari is basically the goddess, and she was full of Dhanya because she had that blessings. Dhanya Lakshmi means Dhanya means blessings also. So she had that blessings, and because of that, she had two sons. One guy is called Trishira, and another guy is called Atikaya. Okay, I don't. If you'd have read Ramayana, you would know the names. So, but not very. They come in only in Yuddha Kandam, where the war is happening. So this Trishira basically has three heads. Shira means head, and he has three heads. So that's the reason why his name is Trishira. And Trishira is a very powerful person. Why? Because his dad is Ravana, who has all the blessings of Shiva, and his mom is directly blessed by Lalita Tripura Sundari. So both these boys were extremely strong, and the war between with which happens between Rama's army and these two particular guys is dreadful. It's a very powerful war, and Valmiki explains it for a long time because they'll find it very difficult to defeat these people. The most difficult was Indrajit. You know Indrajit because he is the main son of Ravana, and Indra Jeet means Jeet means victory. Somebody who has won over their Indriyas. Indriyas means their sense organs. So he had complete control of his sense organs. So that is the reason why Indrajit was the main guy. Nobody could defeat him. So they found it very difficult. And he had the Brahmastra because of that, because he has complete control of sense organs, right? So that was the goriest of the wars. The next were Trishira and Atikaya, because both of them had the blessings of the fire. Because Lalita Tripurasundari, when we talk about Lalita Tripurasundari, she came out of fire. Chitagni Kunda Sambhute. Like in Lalita Sahasranamam, it starts with Chitagni Kunda, right? So because she came out of that particular fire, they had that power. And Trishira had the three heads. And the three heads basically, yeah, he came and he was fighting. And the main guy with whom he started fighting was Nila. And Nila was the commander. And Nila is an Amsha of Indra. So Valmiki starts actually talking about Indra. It's Indra's energy and power against Trishira's. But Trishira has the power of both Shiva and Shakti there. And Indra, Nila is unable to fight him. Okay, he goes and fights as much as he can, and Trishira just kicks him out. Okay, and at one point of time, he hits him in his head that he is not able to get up. And there also he brings up a beautiful shloka where he says, it's as though the king of the Devas, Indra, falls down, Nila also falls down. And he is not able to get up because he is breathless. And this is when Hanuman comes into the picture and he assumes a Bhima Rupa. This Bhima Rupa is not the just a big body, okay, not the physical form being Bhima, but it was the gore of the storm. That is what he's talking about. Wind, which is actually pressurized in such a way because he is full of Vayu, right? It is fully pressurized in such a way that the storm is going to come and hit you like that. And he comes with that and he comes and hits Trishira. So it is almost, Valmiki then says, it is a fight between Vayu and Agni. So the reason why he says Vayu and Agni is because Vayu is Hanuman, the power of Hanuman. And Agni, the reason why he brings in Agni there is because Trishira had the blessings of his mother, Danya, and Danya was directly, like, because of her prayers to Lalita, she had that fire power from the fire, from this thing. So Trishira had that embodiment of fire in him. So it was almost like this storm is trying to put off that fire. Am I making sense? And then he hits, and this is where that Bhima Rupa comes very beautifully when Valmiki talks about it. Here, Tulasidas just writes it and goes away. But when we delve into it, it's so beautiful where he comes and with that pack storm, he hits this Trishira, and that is where Trishira goes and falls down and he dies. And when he dies, what we generally say is, it is almost like, they say that the Vedas were, there was Vedas chanted in the background when Trishira dies. And the inner meaning of that is Veda, the word Veda, okay, means victory of ego, desire, and ahamkara. V for victory over ego, desire, and ahamkara. So EDA. So his three heads symbolized ego, desire, and ahankara. Trishira's heads. So when he died, it was dead, and Vedas, the Shrutis just emanated from the skies, apparently. And that's where Hanuman showed his Bhima Rupa, which was a very beautiful thing. I wanted to say something action oriented, but at the same time, this one. So, is that okay? Now, coming to Sukshma Rupa, which is a very important thing, and we need to understand this. Sukshma Rupa basically doesn't mean just being small. You know that, right? So there is a shloka here in Hanuman Chalisa which says Ashtasiddhi Nidhi. So what happens is Hanuman goes to see Mother Sita, and then Mother Sita actually grants him Ashtasiddhis and Navanidhis. Okay, the nine nidhis are the nine treasures of Kubera that she makes him the lord of all the Ashtasiddhis and Navnidhis. So eight Siddhi powers, Siddhic powers. One of those powers is Anima, Garima, like all these things that we talk about, where he can become really small and where he can become really big. These are all Siddhic powers, right? So Mother Sita makes him the lord of it. What it basically means is, even if he grants it, Hanuman grants it to us, Ashtasiddhi Nav Nidhike Data. Asabaradina Janaki Mata. It comes. Even if he grants it, it won't come down. His treasure won't come down. So it is not like wealth where I'm holding it on, and if I start giving, it will come down. He has been made the owner, the ruler of those Ashtasiddhis and Navnidhis. So you will automatically. That's the reason he uses the word Data, because he owns that kind of thing. Those powers are with him. But here, the Sukshma Rupa doesn't just mean, okay, he is using one of the Siddhic powers to become really small and just go and see Sita and come back. No. We need to understand this a little bit in a slightly more complicated sense. I hope you're okay with that. Yeah, make a note of it. So, what happens is Sukshma Sharira is important for us. Sukshma, when we talk about form, all other religions talk about either form or formless. They say, oh, is your God form or formless? That is the only two questions that they ask. A formless God or formful God. Those are the only two things. We have something in the middle also. We have a formful nature, we have a Sukshma nature, and we have a formless nature. Okay. In the same way, our body, we have a form body, gross body. We have a subtle body, which we call a Sukshma body. And we have a causal body, which is completely formless. Okay. So where he is referring to is, imagine this whole scenario. There is a person who is stuck in a prison. Okay. In a forest, in a prison, whichever way you want to. And this person basically is the Jivatma, the individual. And this individual is shown up as Mother Sita. Sita is the embodiment as acting as into Jivatma. Now, Jivatma has around, she is stuck in this forest where there are three gunas, the Sattvic, the Rajasic, and the Tamasic. You have Vibhishana, the three brothers, Vibhishana, Ravana, and Kumbhakarna. Okay, now Vibhishana basically is trying his level best, it's not coming out. She is getting stuck. She is having a lot of doubts. Okay, she is having a lot of worry. She's going through torments. The Jivatma is going through a lot of problems because whenever we have problems, our mind starts playing havoc with our things. Yeah. When everything is going fine, it's okay. But when we start having problems, our mind will start thinking, is there God? Is there God not there? Is God listening to me? Is God definitely listening to my prayers? Or will he come? Will he not come? Will he come to my rescue? Okay, no, no, no. Probably God is not there. Suddenly, if he responds, oh, he is there, suddenly not there. All kinds of vacillation goes on in your mind all the particular time. And what happens is at that time, if you get a guru, an acharya, okay, and if that acharya comes and if he says to your mind, okay, no, no, don't worry, God is there. God is definitely there. Okay, have faith. He will come and help you. Okay, then the Jivatma becomes happier. Okay. And the Acharya will come and say, oh, this is the symbol of God. God's grace is always there. There are a lot of symbols and everything. Here, Hanuman basically is that particular Acharya. He is actually coming as a guru and telling this Jivatma who is in the form of Sita, ma'am, wait, it's no problem. God is going to come. Okay. He has sent you this as a symbol of his love. That is basically a ring. He is there. He will come. Okay, hold on to it, and he will definitely come and take you. And where does he need to tell this? To which part of me should he come and tell this? Does he have to come and tell this to my body? Basically, no. He has to come and tell it to my mind because it's my mind, my Jivatma, my mind, which constantly vacillates, which constantly troubles me all the time, which shakes my faith all the time. Okay. So, where is he coming? So, the mind is in the part, Sukshma part of our body, the subtle part of our body. So the mind is not gross, the mind is subtle. So we have three parts of our body: gross body, subtle body, and causal body. Mind is not causal, mind is not formless, mind is only the subtle body. So he comes as Sukshma Rupa, that is Siyahi. Siya basically Sita. Siyahi Dikava. He came to the Guru, basically will come to your mind. All these satsangs, all these Bhagavatam discourses, everything comes and handles your mind to say, our mind to say, we all basically, our mind to say, oh no, be persistent. He will come and he'll help you. So that is where he says Sukshma Rupa. So in our Sukshma Rupa, what happens? We have the our prana, our life force, that is in Sukshma Rupa, and that life force basically gets taken to all parts of our body through the nadis. We call those nadis as all this prana, apana, vyana, udana, and samana. Through the vital as they get taken. So there Vayu plays an important role. And Hanuman is Vayu Putra. Am I making sense? So far, so good. Have I lost you or are you there? So that's the reason Tulasidasa says Sukshma Rupadari. Then Vikata Drupadari, the reason why he's using the Vikata is because he's just flying through. Vikrama, I told you in the last class. Vikrama is somebody who actually shows a lot of valor, shows a lot of excites everybody. So he actually goes and spreads the particular fire to everywhere. That is how he burned the Lanka. So Vikata Rupadari and Bhima Rupadari, I told you where he showed that Bhima Rupa, which is Trishira, in the killing. He showed other places also, but this is a particular one that I wanted to make you aware of. So that's another thing. Now, next one is Sanjeevani Parvata. Everybody knows that, yeah? About Lakshmana. So Lakshmana has fallen down. He goes and he actually gets the Sanjeevani Parvatam. Now, why he does this is because they say that even if you are in one place, previously we always talk about some of the creepers. Soma creeper is one of them. Okay, they say that Soma creeper is available in Himalayas, but it is adrishtam. Adrishtam means you can't see. So adrishtam in Telugu or Tamil, we use that word I've told you before for luck because we have got a benefit, but we don't know how you got the benefit. So it is luck because that which I have got as a benefit. Oh, I've been very lucky today. Why? Adrishtam. Hey, Adrishtam andirani. Today Adrishtam was there. Why? Because I didn't know why I got it, how I got it. It was just luck. But actual word came from Sanskrit where that I can see. Some of the things that God gives me, I can see. Some of the things, the upakaram that God doesn't gives me, I can't see. So some are drishtamana upakaram, some are adrishtamana upakaram. So some of the creepers, soma creepers, and all these creepers, they become adrishtam, and they show themselves only to some people. So you can be in a parvat, you can be in a mountain. So they say Soma Shakers only can find out. Some people will be named as Soma Shakers because previously they used to be Agnihotris in previous generation. It is a title where somebody who will go get the Soma creepers and they will come and light the fire and they'll do Agni fire rituals. They were called as Soma Shakers. But now, of course, it's become a name. People actually just keep it. So they will only be able to find the Soma because it will come and show up. So when Hanuman went to the Parvatam, he didn't know which one to pick because he didn't know whether these herbs will show up to him or not. Because the people to whom it will show up are called Ashwinis. There are a lot of Ashwinis here. Doctors are called Ashwinis. They have two Ashwinis. No, all these Ashwinis were also born again. So, say for example, the two Nakula and Sahadeva, they were Ashwinis of health and treatment, health and this thing. So Ashwinis are people who have abilities of either providing better health or treatment to problems and this thing. And Nakula and Sahadeva were greats in that, right? So they were born like that. So it'll show only to those people. So he didn't know. So he actually brought the entire Parvatam. And what happens? He saved Lakshmana. And when he saved Lakshmana, there's a very emotional thing that he's touching base on the 11th chapati. He says, Rama basically hugged me. Harashi. Harashi means chest. That's the reason why they call the word haram in Tamil, Telugu, and all. I don't know what it is called. Haram means ladies who are wearing this thing which comes till the chest. If a long necklace, we call that as haram in Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam. Is there anybody else other than Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam here? They would know the haram, right? Harashi Urilaye means Rama just came and hugged him, where the chest and chest are hitting together. Okay. And he said, Rama was so happy. Rama actually hugged and said, thank you to Hanuman. This is a very poignant moment. Why can Rama not? It's just a hug, right? Why is it so poignant? You might ask. The reason is Rama didn't hug anybody else. So in Dandakaranya forest, when he was actually moving, I told this story, I think last time. Did I tell you? So when he was moving from Bhopal to Bhopal, when he was with his wife and Lakshmana, when he was coming, he met Sharabanga in Sharabanga's ashram. And Sharabanga actually saw him. He became so happy and so thrilled that he said, my life's purpose is done. Now light the fire. I want to actually die. I want to be burnt in fire with my eyes fixed on Rama. So his disciples kept the fire, put the fire in, and lit the fire. He sat on it, and with his eyes transfixed on Rama, he just burnt himself to death. That kind of people were there. That kind of devotion. Okay, Sharabanga, if you go to Sharabanga ashram now, also there is a beautiful painting of him dying. Sudikshna, his eyes, he never, when Rama came, he never patted his eyelid. Okay, because he thought miss that eyelid patting would take that nanosecond. I don't want to lose out on my opportunity to see Rama. So that kind of sages were there. And when Rama was walking down to Dandakaranya, at that time these kind of sages asked him, Rama, please one time Harashi Urlai. Once I will hug you, Rama. Please give us one hug. And at that time Rama said, no, in this avatar, only to Sita. I will hug only Sita. Okay, that Rama, of course, in the next avatar in Krishna, he hugged everybody. But that Rama comes and hugs Hanuman. So that is very poignant because a person who doesn't do it, who has made sure he won't do it, he breaks his own word and he comes and hugs. And when he hugs, that is the reason why Tulasidasa uses two chapatis specially for this hug. Okay, why does he use two chapatis? I'm going to tell you. So, one in this chapati, he says, which is the 11th chapati, he says, Rama Harashi Urlai. He hugged, and my chest and his chest, my breast and his breast, that is how our chests basically hugged each other. He should have stopped with that, right? But he doesn't stop. He goes to the 12th one, where he says, Rama praised Hanuman when he hugged. And then he says, Bharata Samabai, you are equivalent to Bharata. Okay. So he says, you are equivalent to Bharata to me. There are two things here. Bharata is very, very special in many ways. Not only that, when Rama here actually explains his omnipresence. Why? Because when Hanuman was bringing the Sanjeevani Parvat, Bharata is the one who is ruling that land. Rama's Padukas were ruling the land, but Bharata is the main king of the land. He looks at a monkey taking a parvat on top. So he goes and stops Hanuman, and there is a duel between Bharata and Hanuman. And Bharata can't defeat Hanuman, Hanuman can't defeat Bharata. Both are fixed in the middle. And later, Hanuman explains why he is taking the Sanjeevani Parvat. And then Bharata says, "Oh, I'm really sorry. I didn't know it was Ramakarya. Okay, so please go. I didn't know any of this happening." And Bharata cries because he feels that Rama is without his wife. He's struggling like this. Fight is happening and all these things, and he is not of any use. So there he says, Rama makes 2 points here. The one in Valmiki Ramayana, Rama says this, and then that basically shows to Hanuman that, hey, I know when you were bringing the Sanjeevani Parvat, you met my brother. Okay, I'm omnipresent. He explains that in a very subtle way. See how hidden it is, so how beautiful it is that you have to actually bring it out. And Rama does this many times. First time when he goes to meet Valmiki along with his wife and Lakshmana, he says, "You are a Kavi." And then the second shloka, he says, "You know the past, present, and future," which basically means you are the one who's going to write my story. So even before all this Ramayana happened, this thing happened, he knew that he is the one, Valmiki, who's going to write the story. So, like this, Rama actually does a lot of things where he actually tells the message, but he'll wrap it around a chocolate, just like how they keep dates within a particular chocolate, or dates, chocolate within the dates in Dubai. He will keep it and he will actually give it and we'll know. So Bharata Samabai, when he actually says that, he actually makes sure, he says, I know what had happened before, whom you fought, basically at this particular point of time to bring the Sanjeevani Parvat. And then he says, there is Kanta. There should be one la. Raghupati Kinhi Bahutilladai. Okay. Tumamana Priya Bharati Samabai. Sahasa. Ah, then the next point comes Asakahi Shripati Kantilagai. So first he says that Harashi Uralai, where we both are, both Rama and Hanuman are actually hugging, their chest is meeting. Then he says Kant Lagai. What does Kant mean? Kanta mean throat. Yeah. So why is actually Tulsidas putting it? Because Hanuman has a layer of Shiva in him, and Shiva is Neelakanta. Okay, when we talk about Kanta itself, normally we refer to Shiva. Neelakanta because blue throated, yeah, because he used to. That's one point. Second point is how close that hug was. Harashi Urlai means his throat and Hanuman's throat were that close. And what did Rama say? Now, some people say, "Oh, thousands of people are appreciating you, Rama." There is a appreciation here. Sahasa Badana, and like everybody is appreciating. No, no, no. Rama didn't say that. The thing that Rama said is the 1,000 heads of the snake with its 2,000 tongues is appreciating you now. Okay, so he hugs him. Even his neck and neck is going near. So Kanta is getting closer as well. And then who is this 1,000-headed snake? It's Lakshmana as Adishesha. In Vaikuntham, he is sitting with his 1,000 heads. Each head has the two tongues. The 1,000 Sahasravadana Tumharo Jasagave. So the Tumharo Jasagave means they are praising you. Why? Because he has saved Lakshmana. Adishesha's Amsha is being saved by Hanuman. Okay, so it is that Sahasravadana which is actually, I mean, is singing praises of you. Am I making sense? Beautiful, isn't it? The way in which they put it in and the more. Okay, and now the next two things that 14th and 15th Chaupatis, we normally read it together. Okay, so one is it's straight where he goes in and he says Sanakadika. Sanakadika are Sanak Kumaras. You remember I told the story like Brahma when he started creation, he first created the Sanak Kumaras with the hope that these Sanat Kumaras, these people, will then create more and more children, will get into Laukikam life, and they will have more progenies, more children, and population will grow. But what happened? These are Manasaputras of Brahma. But what did the Sanat Kumaras do? They said, no, no, we are going on meditation. We'll always be meditating only. So they didn't do the job for which Brahma actually created them. Yeah, and Sanat Kumaras, we have a lot of stories, right? And I told you about the story where Sanat Kumaras come, they come as nude to see Vishnu because they always are, they are perennially, they are children, they are babies because they are pure, they are always meditating. So they come as without dress to Vaikunta. Jaya and Vijaya stop them because they think that you can't actually get into Vaikunta without a dress. And then they curse them that they should go down. And that is how Jaya and Vijaya are born again and again as Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu, Kumbhakarna, Ravana, Kumbhakarna, and Shishupala and Dantavakra. Right? So all that curse happened because of Sanakadika, Sanat Kumaras. All that he says in the next two chapais, which is very simple, is Sanakadika, that is Sanat Kumara, Brahma, then of course all the Munis, the Narada, then Sharada. Here Sharada doesn't mean immediately Saraswati. It basically means anyone who has the power of Saraswati, the grace of Saraswati. So all these munis and everybody, Ahisa, all the Ashwinis, and everybody. The other next one is, as I told, it's a combined chopati. The next chopati says Yama, Kubera, Dikpalakas, who control all the directions. Everybody, they are actually trying to sing your praise. So all these people are singing your praise. Then he comes down and he says, who am I? Kavi ko vi to kahi sake kaante. Here I am, just a simple mortal, simple poet, Kavi. Okay. And I am actually embarking on this journey to sing your praise in this 40 chapatis. When even Yamas, even Sanat Kumaras, even Kubera, even basically people, basic great munis who have the Saraswati Kataksham, they are finding it difficult to sing your praise. And here I am, I have embarked on this journey. Okay, it's not possible for me to do it. That's how those two things come. So beautiful, isn't it? They are so humble, although they are so great. Okay, then the shloka basically says, Tuma upakara sugriva him kinha, Rama milaya rajapada denha. So see the same aspect, Hanuman as the guru. And in the other aspect, I was telling how Sita Jivatma, Hanuman is basically the guru. Here you take Sugriva. Sugriva is the Jivatma. Okay. Vali means fear. He is having fear. Of whom? Of his brother. Of his, he's scared. We are all Jivatmas. We are scared in this life. We have a lot of insecurities. We are running from one place to another all the time, searching for happiness, searching for safety. Okay. We think, okay, this is better. This is better. Like Sugriva, we are actually running around everywhere. Till what happens? Till a time comes when we meet our Guru. And there, our Guru basically is Hanuman. He says to Sugriva, hey, wait, don't run around. Okay. God has come. God is here. Okay. Guru is the one who is showing the Jivatma, the God. So, in fact, Kabir actually writes a very beautiful doha where he says, Guru Govind donong kade, kayo lagum pai, balihari Guru apako, jo Govind dikai. Means Guru, my Guru was standing along with God, Govind. Both of them were standing in front of me suddenly. Now I have to make a choice and fall at their feet. So the choice is whom should I fall at? Which feet should I fall at first? Whose feet should I fall at first? Should I fall at the Guru's feet or should I fall at God's feet? And then Kabir says, I decided to fall at Guru's feet because he is the one who showed me who God is. Jo Govind ko dikai. Right? So in this scenario, what has happened is when he was hiding, Sugriva, with all his insecurities when he was hiding, he saw Rama come into this place and he didn't believe, he didn't trust. He was thinking, are these people basically coming in some kind of disguise to hurt me? These two men, okay, who are they? Okay, is there a problem? So he can't recognize that divinity. God himself is coming, he's not able to recognize. And Hanuman goes in front and he says, no, 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 they are God. He goes, he verifies, he comes back and he says, they are God. Now you go, you take the refuge. And when you take that refuge, what happens? Rajapada Dinha, you will get the royal throne. So he showed to Sugriva, take God's refuge, so that you will get the royal throne in life. So you don't have to worry about all these insecurities in your life. You don't have to have any fear, no fear, because it'll all be taken care of by God. And then it happened, right? Sugriva took came into an understanding with God, built that relationship, and got the royal throne. And it's the same thing that happens in the next shloka as well. Of course, he didn't sing this. Then, Tumharo mantra vibhishana mana. Lankeshwara Bayasabhajagjana. So Vibhishana also is the same, where what happens is there is a beautiful subtle concept here, where Hanuman, when he's searching for Sita, uh, is it too late? I'll finish in 2 minutes. Is that okay? Sorry for going over. Yeah. Hanuman, when he is searching for Sita, he sees Vibhishana and he knows that Vibhishana's house, it's Satvik. I told you the three brothers, Vibhishana. So it is Satvik quality. And when he finds the Satvik quality, when he sees that Vibhishana is praying, okay, to God, he knows that this guy always goes with his dharma, and he is always into Satvik, into pure action, and he is praying to God. So what he does is, that's the reason why when Hanuman is caught and when he is brought in front of Ravana, Hanuman actually talks a lot about Rama in the court of Ravana. Okay, there is a subtle meaning behind it. Reason is, in the court of Ravana, will Ravana listen to Rama's praise anytime? No. So what is the point of Hanuman actually talking so much about Rama? He says he is the Lord Narayana himself. He is God himself. You can't fight and win him. So leave him. You should surrender to him. If you surrender to the Paramatma, you as a Jivatma will have an option to merge with the Paramatma. He says all these things basically in Ravana's court. And Ravana thinks, what an idiotic stuff what kind of idiotic stuff are you talking? Actually, Hanuman was not telling these mantras for Ravana. Hanuman was telling these mantras for Vibhishana, who was there in that court. That is the subtle aspect. So, Tumharo mantra Vibhishana mana. Mantra here basically is not just the mantra that we give, it is the intelligence. Okay, his guidance. Okay, he gave that guidance to Vibhishana because he knew in that court there might be 100 people who don't care about Rama, but there is one person, okay, who cares. And if he says the right thing to this person, if he gives the right mantra to this person will leave all of them and come and join Rama. Okay, Bhagavad Gita was given only to one man, right? This mantra that Hanuman was talking was also given only to Vibhishana. So Ravana didn't have any play in it. Ravana was thinking, why on earth is this guy talking? Because he was hating it from the word go. He wasn't giving any attention. But here Hanuman beautifully does it. So Tumharo mantra Vibhishana mana Lankeshwara Sabajay Jagajay this thing. So Lankeshwara is a very beautiful thing because you know what Rama did in this, right? Rama made Vibhishana the king of Lanka, not in Lanka, after the war. Did you know that? He did the coronation for Vibhishana even before he started the war. He did it in Indian territory. So even before he crossed the ocean, he said, "You are the king of Lanka, Vibhishana." So look at the confidence of Rama. Even before he ventured into the war, he has decided this guy is going to be the king, because he knew what he is going to do. So that Lankeshwara, he made him the Lankeshwara not before, even before he completed the war, even before the war even started, he had made this. So that is the beauty of it. Okay. And Yuga Sahasra Yojana Parabanu. This is the next one. And Do you know the meaning? Yuga Sahasra Yojana Parabanu, Lilyo Tahi, Madhurafalajano, right? The next one. He didn't sing it, but I'm just checking. So this, if you see the calculation, yeah. So Lankeshwara by Sabajagajana, Yuga Sahasra Yojana Parabanu. What is Yuga Sahasra Yojana Parabanu? Do you know this is how the name Hanuman came, right? So Anjana, when Hanuman was a little baby, Anjana puts Hanuman in a particular cradle made out of this tree thing. Okay, and she says, "I'm going to jump and go across." And at that particular point, she says, "I have given you for milk. That's fine. If you feel hungry, my child, you basically go
Mm,
and get some fruits from somewhere and you eat. I told you last time." And
mm,
what did the baby do? After Anjana left, mother left, Hanuman basically thought, "Oh, I'm feeling hungry. What should I eat?" And he looked up and he saw whom? Banu.
mm,
Banu's son. He saw the sun. Where was the sun? Yuga Sahasra Yojana. So do the calculations. Anybody in mathematics here? So Yuga means 12,000 miles. 12,000 we call it. Sahasra means 1,000. And Yojana
mm,
is around 8 miles, 1 Yojana. 8 times 1,000 times 12. Yeah, comes to around 96 million miles.
mm,
So Tulasidas here says, this baby sees Banu. Where is this Banu? From where he is actually sitting on top of a tree. It is 96 million miles from here. And what he does, he makes one jump, leap, and to get what? To get this fruit, basically called as, which he thinks is the sun, right? And what happens there? Now, what do the scientists basically from NASA and all said? What is the distance between Earth and Sun?
63 minutes.
94 million miles. What does Tulasidas say? 96 million miles. Okay, so Tulasidas knew about it, right? We think Yuga Sahasra Yojana Parbanu Lilyo Tahi Madhuru Falajanu. So beautiful fruit is there. Let me go and eat it. So he jumped 96 million miles. He went 96 million miles up to get this particular sun. And what happens in Sanatana Dharma, this is the most beautiful thing about Sanatana Dharma. We always think in other religions, or sorry, in other places, we talk about adversities means it is very bad, right? You shouldn't get adversities in life. You shouldn't get challenges in life. But if you think about all our stories, it is built in such a way that from adversities only you get a lot more things out of it. So in this scenario, he got a name called as Hanuman. Hanu means chin. Okay, this part. Hanuman means disfigured chin. Why did it get disfigured? It is basically because when he went to catch the particular sun didn't know what to do with it. Then it called upon Indra. Indra comes with the Vajrayudham and he hits him on his chin. And the chin gets disfigured. Hanu basically means this thing, chin, and disfigured chin, the monkey with the disfigured chin. Right? So he got a title out of it. Out of what? Getting a beating from Indra. So according to us, we should actually think that it is a defeat for Hanuman, right? But actually what happens? Because he got hit, then each and every person comes and gives blessings. Oh, you will have the strength of the storm, you will have this, you will have this. He got so many blessings from people. So even if you lose, you actually end up becoming more nobler and wiser. That is how that story comes. You get a name. It happens with Ganesha as well. When he actually challenged Shiva, Shiva cut the thing. And technically, you see, Shiva is more powerful from that story, according to the whole thing. He has cut Ganesha's head. But later on, when he got the head back, then everybody blessed him with new things, and he got a lot of powers out of it. So from adversities, we get a lot of blessings. That is what normally our stories always come from. So Yuga Sahasra Yojana Paribanu. So 96 million miles he jumped over, got the Banu, and he had it. So that is the shloka. Sorry, I have gone over our particular eight chaupatis that he sang. We are well into the next chaupati. So we are into the 19th chaupati. And Prabhu Mudrika Melimukamahim, Jaladi Langim Gaye Acharajanahim. So we'll finish with this, the 19th one, where Prabhu Mudrika means Rama's Mudrika. What was it? The ring. So it says Melimukamahim, Mukha. Rama's thing, the Hanu is because so important because he kept Hanuman actually because it was worn by Rama. He gave his ring. He didn't want to take that particular ring anywhere lower to lower part of the body to keep it anywhere else. Like didn't want to wrap it on his the sing waist or anything like that. So he kept it in his mouth Mukkuman, and then he jumped across the ocean. So here Tulasidas actually what he says in the 18th and 19th sloka Chaupati is 18th Chaupati he says just to get a phala, a fruit, you jumped 96 million miles. Okay, so jumping across the ocean, Prabhu, with your ring on your mouth, that is easy job for you. That is not a problem at all. Because when you can jump millions of miles, what is this? Nothing, this
Okay.
ocean is nothing for you. And that is how he compares that particular part. Okay. And the next 20th is where he says, Prabhu Mudrika Melimukamahim, Chaladilangim. What is the next one? Durga Makaja Jagatike Jete. So, in the same way, he has done impossible things, right? Somebody jumping 96,000 million miles, imagine that. Somebody jumping across the ocean, imagine that. That's not possible. So, in the same way, Durga Makaja, whatever the problems are, how much ever you might think that this problem cannot be resolved, you might think this problem cannot be resolved. There is no solution for this problem. There might be some problems that we might think like that. We might actually think, oh, these things, the challenges cannot be done. These challenges I have undertaken, but I can't be successful in this. Nobody can be successful in this. Even those challenges, with great ease, he can easily fulfill your endeavors because he is the one who has made majestic stuffs. Like Vikrama means that majestic things, beautiful achievements. He has jumped that. He has done this, which people might say it's impossible to do. When he has shown those things are impossible, what about your challenges? So imagine how he is bringing those 18th, 19th, and 20th Chapati. First, he says he has done this millions of miles jump. 19th Chapati, he says, then what's the problem in jumping the sea? And then he comes to our level and he wants to relate it to our level. Because what's the point of just talking and praising somebody without bringing it to our level? Then he says, hey, whatever your problem might be, you might think it's impossible, but this guy will make sure it'll all get resolved. Beautiful, isn't it, Tulasidas? Do you appreciate it? Yeah. So that's with 20 chaupatis that we have done in this part. So, I mean, just before you go, I'll stop the recording. Gayatri, if you can stop it, please, now. But what do you think? Was it okay?